Hey, everybody. I am Stephanie, the other half of the Beach House with Mo and Steph. I'm the Steph. So I was just thinking about perspective over the last couple of weeks. I even talked with my coach about that because I have been going through some things about perspective and how you see things and how it can just really shape and affect your thoughts and your feelings and how you present yourself out there in the world. So, little background on myself. I was born visually impaired, totally blind in my right eye, legally blind in my left eye, and my vision pretty much stayed the same my entire life. Never had any issues with, changes and all that stuff. But I was never able to drive or anything like that. And that was always, always a thorn in my side because the perspective that I had is that I was missing out on things because my independence was, I guess, I saw it as being thwarted because I was a very independent person and I did not want to allow my lack of vision to impede my inward vision because I saw so many things. I saw myself doing so many things. There were so many things that I wanted to experience and stuff. And so I never wanted to allow my lack of vision to impede the vision that always drove me. And so I did pretty much everything I wanted to do. I did sports and stuff. I ran track, threw shot put, discus, javelin, which is crazy. But I found that the sports that I always wanted to play, like, volleyball and stuff, I couldn't see well enough to do that. So I ended up doing track with Monique or Mo. And I hated running. I absolutely hated running. So, in the process of doing track, the thing that I could do, I looked for other ways to get around running. So I ended up landing in the field events, which was discus and shot put and javelin and, long jump and stuff like that, where I didn't have to run like she did. But all those things, I did the sports. I did it all the way up through college. I ended up getting into martial arts with my husband and, ended up getting a fourth degree black belt. I ended up becoming a certified instructor and, eventually owning my own school. So I never, like I said, never wanted my lack of vision to impede my vision. And so when my husband, John, passed away, we were married 28 years. And basically, aside from Monique, he was my best friend. And so when he passed away in 2018, I really found myself in this place of needing to rediscover who I was as an individual because I was so used to being a part of a team. And so I started looking into things that I wanted to do because I never wanted to rock the boat with people. So I was kind of like Princess Diary, I was comfortable being invisible. And I found without him, it was getting a little difficult to be invisible because I had to be out there. And so I was looking at perspective. We always seem to think that everything is better on the other side, which is why I titled this, the grass still has to be mowed no matter what side of the fence it's on. You still have to do the work. You still have to do the maintenance. You still have to take the steps. And so, no matter where you are in your journey, you still have to do the work. And I was no different. I had to do the work. So, I started thinking about what do I really enjoy doing? And it came back to me to music. I've always loved music. Never played an instrument really, but whenever I do play, I can pick it up by ear. So, if I ever had any lessons, I could actually probably do pretty good. But I have always had a massive love for music. So, one of the first things that I did on my own after my husband passed away was go to a concert. And I went to the concert by myself because I didn't have anybody to go with me. And so I ended up doing things like that alone. And I ended up doing some travel with my mom, which turned into a thing. And so she and I now, we go around and we do like smooth jazz cruises, we do jazz getaways and stuff where there's music involved and there's travel involved, which is like the perfect thing for me. But I found that I really enjoyed that. And I did it. And I do it. But I felt like I don't do anything locally. I'll go out of state, I'll get on a plane and fly someplace in a hot heartbeat, but I don't do local stuff. And so in my mind, I saw other people getting together and doing lunches and going shopping together and having their groups and stuff. And I felt left out. I felt isolated because I didn't do those things. And so it made me feel like I was missing out again. And then as I was talking with my coach, and I've also talked with Monique about this, and she said, Steph, you do like a lot of things. She's like, as a matter of fact, you do way more things than I do, and I can see just fine. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I guess you're right. She's like, how many times have you gone out of state this year for, a concert or something? And she's like, I haven't gone one. And so I was talking with Monique about that. And she's like, girl, I've been telling you this all the time. She's like, do you realize most people get a week off of work? And then if they take anything after that, it has to be sick time or whatever. And she said, most people don't do all the things that you do. But in my mind, I don't do anything. I sit at home and watch Netflix until my next trip. But I just try to make sure that there's a lot of trips. So what I'm telling you is perspective is everything. You might see something one way, and other people are looking at you and wanting what you have. And you're thinking, well, what do I have? I don't do anything. And yet other people are looking at your life and they're thinking, wow, if I could only do half the stuff that she does. It's all perspective. What kind of vision do you have for yourself? What are you seeing through your inside eye? It doesn't have to be your outside eye. My outside eyes are not working that great, especially over this past year. I had a laser procedure that kind of left my vision worse off than it has ever been. And I've had to adjust to that and relearn how to do a lot of things and, use more aids than I was used to. And so again, perspective. I never wanted to use a cane before because I didn't want to be seen as disabled. But now I need that cane. Otherwise, no telling where I'm going to walk into. but again, it's that perspective. How do you see yourself? I don't see that cane as a hindrance anymore or something that's going to make me look bad or make me look like I'm incapable. I now see that cane as something that is a tool that can actually help make my life better. And so I want you to think about that this week, this day, for the rest of the day, whatever. But think about it. How are you seeing things? Are you looking at things in a light of, is it best for you? Is it serving your life in a better way? Is it helping you to be the best version of yourself that you can be? Because I guarantee you, what you're feeling bad about, somebody else is looking at you and they're thinking, if only I had what they had. So let's together work on practicing being in a place of gratitude. I told the Lord, I said, Lord, that's going to be my focus for the rest of this year and all of 25 going forward. I just want to sit in a place of gratitude because everything that I have, I'm grateful for. My vision has changed over this past year, but I'm grateful that I can still see something. Maybe it's not what it used to be. And I used to complain so much all growing up, especially in my teens and early 20s, and like, Lord, I just want to see, I just want to see. And I found myself after this procedure saying, Lord, I just want to see what I used to see. If you could just bring me back there, I would be so grateful, because we don't recognize what we have when we have it, but we have the opportunity to recognize it. So let's start sitting in that place of just looking and taking stock of where you are and say, hey, this is where I am. This is what I have, and I am going to do everything I can with it. And I'm not going to let anything hold me back. I'm going to work with what I have, where I am, and do the very best that I can do with it. And watch. Things are going to turn around. You're going to start seeing things in a whole different light, and opportunities are going to begin to come your way because you have changed your perspective. So let's stop looking with our natural eyes and start looking with our inward eyes and seeing the blessings that are before us and making it work for us. So I hope that brought a little light into your vision today. And, that's what we're all about here at the Beach House with Mo and Steph, offering support, offering encouragement, offering motivation for you to go out and be the best you that you can possibly be. I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. And we hope you continue to live your blessed life.